Good morning, Double Dozen family. I'm Christina, and this is my son Chase.
Hello.
Anyway, we kind of got some sad news a few days ago. We found out that Chase's maternal grandfather, his cancer has metastasized through his entire body. Chase is the oldest of a sibling group of four that my husband and I adopted. And we've had a great relationship with his grandparents, wonderful people. Anyway, we've all kind of taken that news hard, huh?
Yeah.
About Papa. You wanna share a little bit about Papa and some of the neat things you guys have done together and some
Yes.
special memories.
So he was a great man. He always thought above others. He never became selfish. He always thought above others. It's really sad that this cancer is going to take him.
Yeah, it is. Where was your favorite place to go with Papa?
So we had this cabin in the woods up in Prescott, Arizona. It was a really fun place to go to, and we'd spend Christmas, sometimes even summer there. It's a lot of fun.
Yep. Oh yeah, definitely. So a little bit of backstory. Chase and the three biological siblings of his that we adopted, we actually kept in contact with his grandparents. They were a very important part of the kids' lives, and we felt it was very important for them to continue that relationship. Children who spend time in the foster care system and end up eventually becoming adopted, a lot of times they lose those family connections, but we definitely made sure that that didn't happen. As a matter of fact, Chase's grandparents have taken our daughter Shelby, who is in between Chase and Liberty, and then the other two siblings are Avery and Tatum, and Shelby's like right smack dab in the middle. They have taken her. Matter of fact, it wasn't last year because he was already sick the year before.
Yeah.
So they invited Shelby to go for summer, their weekend trip up to their cabin, and then at Christmas they also took her with the kids, and did. Where did you guys go?
We went to the
You guys did Polar Express.
Yes,
Polar Express. So I mean, awesome people. I mean, they included Shelby too and treated her just like the other kids. And anyway, I'm even struggling wrapping my mind around the fact that his cancer has metastasized and he won't be with us much longer. The kids did a very quick FaceTime with them this morning, to kind of say their goodbyes, but it's definitely something that is very sad, and we're just we're thinking of ways that we can memorialize him. They are leaving for California. His favorite place is the beach, and so that's where they're headed for end of life. I mean, he's already on hospice, but anyway. So, Chase, do you want to tell a little bit about yourself? Kind of introduce yourself to the channel and some of the things that you like, what you're into.
I am a 13-year-old boy who is in middle school, currently 8th grade. My hobbies are I include to read, build, and I'm a gamer. So.
Mm-hmm. He's a very, very avid reader. No matter what he can get his hands on, he reads. He's very bright. Chase was actually diagnosed with autism when he was little, and definitely on the spectrum, but definitely not autism. He's not. He's not autistic.
Yeah.
But he's typical boy, typical teen. But he's a great kid, and he has a huge heart.
Yes.
So what about? What about Aspen?
Oh, so Aspen is currently 12. She is in middle school, 7th grade. Her hobbies are kind of mixed.
Well, no. What about how she ended up? Should we share the story?
Yes.
Okay. So when I got the call about Chase and his siblings, they were living with a relative, and she said that she was going to adopt them. The grandparents took them on this fabulous Disney trip. No expense was spared. Like, I mean, it was out of this world. And all she talked about was how she was going to adopt them, and their last name was going to change to hers. And then a week later, she contacts the grandparents and is like, "Oh no, I'm not adopting them." So we get a phone call about the kids, and and then the aunt called and said, "Well, you don't want all four, right?" And I'm like, "Well, they're siblings. We want to keep siblings together." So yes, all four. And anyway, she did her best to try to make it where we couldn't get Aspen. Sometimes you'll hear me call her Liberty because that's legally her first name, but most of us at home call her Aspen. And that, I mean, that's her middle name, so
Yeah.
we just call her by her middle name. Anyway, so Chase, the case manager came over, and Chase and the two youngest girls had moved in, and your case manager came over at the time.
I think, yeah.
And she asked him, like, the case managers talk to the kids when they're still in foster care. They talk to them alone. They want to know how things are going, if there's anything they should be aware of, absolutely normal stuff. Anyway, Chase was upset, and he was like, "I feel like we've already lost enough. We should have our sister with us too." And so his case manager's like, "Well, I need you to write a letter to the judge." Well, long story short on this, the aunt wasn't really planning on adopting her. She wanted her daughter to adopt her. The daughter had twins, and she had adopted her husband's daughter. And anyway, she was diagnosed with breast cancer. So the kid's cousin was really stepping up, and she was about the same age as Aspen was. And so the girls were kind of tag teaming, taking care of these twins. And anyway, I got a phone call from his aunt after court was over, and she was yelling at me, like, "We didn't want them to know that she had cancer. Why would he do that?" And I'm like, "Because he's an honest person." But I mean, his letter, I found out what was in the letter later, and it was super sweet. And he just talked about how caring his sister was, and how his sister would be willing to stay with the family only because she would want to help. But later I found out that she wanted really to come on the visits and get to know us also. And every time we went to go pick up the kids, she was taken over to this cousin's house just so that she didn't get that opportunity. Anyway, finally the judge decided, "Oh no, this child is going to be with her siblings." And so Chase played a key role in that actually, happening. And I remember she showed up the day after our youngest was born. So she showed up July 28th, 2017. So they've been here, she's been here ever since. Chase and the younger two, Tatum and Avery, have been here since May of the same year. And it's, it's been great. It's been great. They're wonderful kids, and we feel really blessed.
Yes.
And I do have contact with their birth mother, and I'm getting to know her as well. The kids know if they choose to have a relationship with her, that's absolutely fine. One or two of them are like, and we've got at least one that's like absolutely, and one that's kind of on the fence, and that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Like, we're not pushing either way.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's just a little bit more about our family. When Alicia and I get on, I actually have a list of questions that people have been asking, and so I've tucked them away, and we're gonna do a question and answer for you guys. Questions about foster care and adoption and large family. We are a family with 22 kids, 2 parents, hence double dozen family. So anyway, that's about all we have for today. Thank you for tuning in, and hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye-bye.
Bye.